Howdy folks, Gabriel here, and in this video I'm going to talk about Dan Millman. Dan Millman is author of Way of the Peaceful Warrior, which is a really awesome book that I read in the summer of 1993, and I think the book came out maybe in the late 80s or something. But it was really an important book for me on my spiritual path. I read it over the course of just a few days or something, but it really triggered me in a pretty powerful way, and helped propel me on my path and kind of open up my eyes. So his book is, first thing is that a lot of people might not know, if you've read the book or just heard about it, it is actually a work of fiction. It is based on his true experiences, but the book is not literally true. He took some, sort of created a little more of a story to it than it actually was, I guess. I don't know what the exact truth was. There was a guy that he met while he was a student at UC Berkeley, in Berkeley, California, which happens to be where I graduated from high school. I didn't go to UC Berkeley, but spent a lot of time on UC Berkeley campus, and here I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent. I did a lot of skateboarding and a lot of acid on the UC Berkeley campus, because I was a teenager, 16, 17, living in Oakland, and I went to Skyline High School in Oakland for a year and then transferred to Berkeley High School, and hung out with a lot of both skaters and hippies. But anyways, Dan Millman was attending UC Berkeley in the 60s, and he was a gymnastics, a pro gymnastics guy, and he'd actually won, I think he won the National Gymnastics Championship for 1 year, or at least he won some very prominent gymnastics contest or competition. And so he was a student on campus at UC Berkeley, and he meets this strange character who works at a gas station, and he gives him the nickname of Socrates, as in the Greek philosopher. So he's referred to as Soc throughout the book, Way of the Peaceful Warrior. And this character, Socrates, takes him on, becomes his guru, basically, and shows him the mysteries of life and how to be more conscious and aware of yourself, and how you approach life, and seeking perfection. And he has a whole series of experiences with this fellow Socrates. The movie, which is just called Peaceful Warrior, is really good. It's with Nick Nolte, and I thought it was even better than the book, actually. So I recommend checking out the movie if you don't have time to read the book, but I definitely recommend reading the book as well. Essentially what the book is about, Way of the Peaceful Warrior, that sums it up pretty well. It's about becoming a spiritual warrior, but of peace. And so it's about learning to become a master of your energy. And there's an important distinction to be made between controlling your energy and mastering your energy. Controlling your energy puts and now I'm just giving my own interpretation here. Dan Millman might describe this a little bit differently, but very briefly, controlling your energy is limiting it and keeping it in such a space that it doesn't challenge you because you're afraid of it. So if you're controlling something, it's because you're afraid it might get out of control, and something bad or scary might happen as a result. Mastering your energy is about allowing it to flow spontaneously while simultaneously directing it. And so that is an important concept in terms of working with energy, spiritual energy in particular. Like the Karate Kid, the movie, I'm sure that he would, the master in there would probably agree with that general synopsis of the concept of mastering energy versus controlling it, but allowing that personal energy of yours to flow in its spontaneous state, yet simultaneously being able to direct it and contain it when needed and let it move when needed. So that's kind of the, one of the lessons anyways that's conveyed in his book, Way of the Peaceful Warrior. He has another book, and I forget the title of it. I'll look around and put a little note up here in the video of what that second book of his is called, in which he journeys to Hawaii. And I have no idea if there's a shred of truth to this book. Maybe it's pure fiction, but I'll check it out a little bit more. But that one is very, very much worth reading as well. So it's his books are about his spiritual explorations and passing on the teachings that he's learned. Definitely recommend them. Seems like a heck of a nice guy. Never been to any of his workshops or anything, but interesting fellow who really was writing about these concepts before it kind of exploded into the mainstream in the 90s, with so many people having, kind of out there spiritual experiences. Then he was kind of a way shower in a way. So great book, Way of the Peaceful Warrior. Definitely recommend it. Thanks a lot.